Apart from your resume, another great way to pitch yourself to recruiters is by writing cover letters. Cover letters allows you to concisely talk about your skills, share your experience, and show the recruiter why you believe you are a great fit for the job that you are applying for. And if the recruiter wants to find more information about your professional experience, they can refer to your resume or refer to your portfolio. While applying for jobs a couple of months ago, I was able to set up a template for the cover letters I was creating for the companies I was applying for. And I noticed that this template helped me get responses from a couple of those companies. Of course, some of them were rejections. And yeah, from these responses, I was able to secure a full-time job. And at the same time, some friends of mine reached out to me and asked me for tips and advice on how they can create cover letters. So I shared this template with them. And of all these friends that I shared this with, 2 of them came back with testimonies of how they were able to secure interviews. So I thought, why not share this template with the public? So I did that. I shared it on my website and I shared it on social media platforms, letting them know of the cover letter template. And from that moment I shared it even up to now, I have received so many responses from people of how they have been able to secure interviews and how even some of them secured jobs. And usually their testimonies would come in the form of, prior to using this cover letter, I didn't used to get responses from companies. So of course that feels like a very big fulfillment for me. In this video, I'll be sharing more insight into the cover letter template and also be showing you how to use the template if you are interested in doing so. Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Dillion, and on my space here I share my experience around my career as a software engineer, a content creator, and as a developer advocate. And I also share my experiences in life. So if these are content you'd love to see on your feed, then please hit the subscribe button. The first thing I want to say before going into this cover letter template and giving you insight is that this is not a magic or miracle working cover letter template that would grant you jobs or grant you interviews. Because a couple of people who use this cover letter, they reach out to me and tell me how the cover letter isn't working for them. There may be a couple of reasons why companies don't reach out to you even after you use this template. Number one could be that for some reason they didn't just see your cover letter. Number two could just be that they found somebody who was a better fit. And number three could just be that you don't have the skills and experience for the job that you are applying for. So when you're using these templates, the responsibility is in your hands to have the skills and the experience for the job you're applying for. This template is not going to provide what you don't have for you. It's not going to provide the skills or to provide the experience. It's not going to do the magic for you. What this cover letter template does is just to guide you to basically create a structure where you are able to highlight the important things that recruiters want to see. So you still need to have the skills, you still need to have the experience, but this cover letter helps you structure it well. Because even before creating this template, I used to have a lot of things that I wanted to share in my cover letters, but I wasn't just documenting them well or putting them in a way that the recruiter can easily search for what they are interested in. So yes, this cover letter template provides a structure for the skills and experience that you already have. And I feel like this disclaimer is very important for me to share because I'm not here to sell a magic cover letter. I am not here to say if you use my cover letter you're going to get a job in 1 month, and if you don't get a job in 1 month I'm going to give you $1,000. No, that is not what I'm here to say in this video. Yes, it may work for you, it may not work for you for so many reasons, but you should also know that the work is not in the cover letter. More of the work is in the skills you already have, and the cover letter just helps you write those skills in the right way. Now that disclaimer is out of the way, let me take you through the cover letter and give you insights to different sections in the cover letter and just show you how best to use these templates for your jobs. So let's go through it. This is the cover letter. It's hosted on my website and you can find it with this URL /p/cover letter template. And I gave it a very nice title, cover letter template for your next job. I'm going to skip the introduction since I already shared that in this video. So let's jump to the template itself. So the template starts with the subject, which is application for the role of job title. And let me say the job title here is backend development. And then you start with the body. Dear hiring manager, I would love to work for company name. Let's say company name is Dillion Amazing Company. Yes, the Amazing Company. So you can start, of course, you don't have to use it exactly the way I used it here. You don't have to use it word for word. You don't have to write I would love to work for then change only this. You can also say I would like to work for, or I am interested in the position of. So after this, you can say why company name, or you don't have to do why company name. But this section, what you have to do is to state why you want to work for the company. What excites you about the company? What product in the company got your attention? Why are you applying to this company? To get this section right, you have to do your research so you can clearly state something about the company that matches your interest. When you're applying to companies and you're creating cover letters, one thing you should try to avoid is writing general cover letters. You shouldn't just write the same thing and send to 50 companies. Of course, you may still get opportunities that way. But as a recruiter, if I read your application and I see that it doesn't really show any sense of why exactly you're interested in my company, I may just ignore it. So this section is important because you have to do your research. Then you can use your result from that research to make up for this section. And like I said in this quote here you are showing the recruiter why you want to work for the company. Your cover letter shouldn't come off as a general email you sent to 50 job applications. It will be best if you tailored it to the job you're applying for. At least show the recruiter that you made some research, basically. Then you want to talk a little about yourself. So why me? Here you share a little about you, who you are, what you love doing, your strength and your skills concisely. What you have to ensure you do here is that it should align with the job's description. You shouldn't come to this section here and just talk about different things and how you love playing football, how you love playing hockey, how you love sleeping, how you love playing games. Yes, all those things are information about you, but does it fit the job description? If my job description states that this person should be good with React or should be good with TypeScript, and you are sharing your skills about how you're a good technical writer, how you're good this, how you're good that, I just feel like you're not getting it. You have skills, yes, congratulations, but you do not have the things that I want. So you want to ensure that while you talk about yourself, you're also sharing things that align with the job's description. And like I said here you're showing why you're fit. And then now, after you've showed why you're fit, another thing you can do is to also share some achievements that would make the recruiter want to consider your application. So you have already shared your skills, you're good in this, you're good in that, you're good in databases, blah, blah, blah. Then you can share some of your achievements. So achievements here doesn't have to be like you won this scholarship or you won this big thing. No, you can just share like, I built this project with a friend. Of course, like I said at the beginning, this is a backend development application. So you can say, I built this and I worked on the authentication or this, that. I worked on this project. I built this open source library for helping backend developers easily manage payment or this or that. You can just highlight some of them. You don't have to highlight many of these things here because full information is already in your resume. So here you just want to highlight maybe the top 3 or 4 that are your major. Then you can leave the minor for the resume. After sharing your achievements, then you can also share, am I fit for this? I believe I am. So early on, you already talked about your skills, which align with the job's description. But in this section here, you can just specify that one skill or that major skill that you feel like it's your winning point, that you can just show them that because of this skill that I have, I believe I am fit for this. So this part here should be exceedingly catchy. Try your best to clarify that you have what it takes or you are willing to do what it takes. Then the last section of the cover letter, this is optional. You don't have to do this because some people may feel like this makes them desperate and maybe you don't want to come off as desperate. But here you can say, do you think I'm a fit? If you aren't, you can assess my skills with a task and you can give some examples of tasks that the recruiter should use to evaluate you. So as a backend developer, you can say, you can give me a task to create a backend library or an authentication library, a database library, a database helper. You can just highlight some things that they can give you to use to evaluate your skills. So like I said here, this part may be desperate, so it's okay if you don't want to add it. But I usually add this part to show the recruiters how confident, not desperate, how confident I am about the job and how much I would love to work for the company. And then you can add the finishing touches. I look forward to hearing more about you, more about this opportunity rather, not more about you. So here is an example. This is an example that I actually used for a company. And I have the updated version, but this is not the updated version for some reason. But yeah, by the time you're checking this link, you may see some things which are not in this screen recording, you may see some things which I've added later on because I felt like I missed some detail. Anyways, here is the example. Dear hiring manager, I would love to work for Redacted. Okay, let's just say this amazing company. Why this amazing company? I love working on products that contribute to the growth of other businesses. And one part I forgot to add here is that in your company, I noticed that you're working on product X and product Y, and I can see how interesting the problem it is that you are solving. So yeah, I added that part to show that I actually made research and I discovered these interesting projects that you're working on, but it's not in this template here. I'll add that later on. Then I continue with, I love the purpose that drives your company and I believe I can contribute my skills to the continuous success of the product. Why me? I'm currently a software engineer and technical writer who loves learning, teaching and building web applications, blah blah blah. Also, because I read the job description of this particular job I was applying for, this was a developer advocate role. The job description stated that the person must have 1 year experience as a developer advocate. So showing clearly that I read the job description, this is what I said. I haven't worked as a developer advocate before, but I've been wanting to transition to that role. I realized that I would want to do more than building. I would also want to share resources, blah 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 blah. I've been doing this as a content creator, but I want to explore more areas as a developer advocate. Then I said, I don't meet up with the 1 year developer advocacy requirement, but without that, here are some achievements that will make you want to consider my application. So I talked about the articles I've written, the content I've created, articles I've published on other publications, the videos I've created on my YouTube channel, and the open source library that I've created. I highlighted these ones to show the recruiter that I am a content person. I've created a couple of content. I may still be learning, but I have skills there, and I also have some ideas in open source by sharing the open source library. And then I said, am I fit for this? I believe I am. I'm passionate about community. So yes, I highlighted this ones. Among the skills I may have already shared earlier, I highlighted I'm passionate about community. I also stated that I started writing because I wanted people to learn from me, and that has been my drive for the most part of my content journey, and I believe these skills will be valuable to the team, and I would love you to take a chance on me because I'm confident about this role. Do you think I'm a fit? If you aren't, you can assess my skills with a task. I could share a video, write an article, or build an open source package leveraging your product. So yes, this is a cover letter. You can find it on my website. Like I said, you don't have to use it exactly the way I use it. Where I say looking forward to, you don't have to say looking forward to. No, you can make up your own words. To be honest, I won't even recommend copying exactly this, because if a couple of people copy this and they just send it to the same job or to the same company may even ignore it, like, where are these people getting this template from? So I wouldn't recommend you copy everything here, but the idea here is just to use this structure to highlight your skills, your experience, your achievements, why you believe you're a great fit, and things that the recruiter can use to evaluate your skills. I would love to hear what you think about this cover letter template. Let me know in the comments what you think, or any questions that you have, like, should I include this, should I include that? I'm not a cover letter expert, but this is something that I created that has worked for me and worked for a couple of people. And I would share a tweet in the video description of this video so you can see people's testimonies of this cover letter. If you found this video very helpful, kindly like it, kindly subscribe for more content, and also share with others that may find this cover letter template helpful. Peace.